You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review of The Kingsman. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. The Kingsman is a 2021 action film directed by Matthew Vaughn that serves as a prequel to the Taron Egerton-led Kingsman series. The film follows Ralph Fiennes, Duke of Oxford, as he has to assemble a team to take down some of history's most evil tyrants as they team up to bring London and the world to its knees. Now, I have kind of a weird love-hate relationship with the Kingsman series. I enjoy most of the first one, though I hate that ending. I think the ending really taints the film overall for me, but it's fun. Then we get to that second film, and it is just a hot mess. It's too much, and it's all over the place. Then we got to this one, and it looked okay, if not a bit bland from the trailers, but Matthew Vaughn is back here to give us another Kingsman film. I love Ralph Fiennes, and I'm actually quite a fan of Harris Dickinson in what I've seen him in, so I was open. I was willing to give it a shot, and then the whole pandemic happened, and the film was delayed about 1,000,000 times. So any excitement I had for the film kind of waned as the months turned into years as we waited. And ultimately, well, yeah, the Kingsman is a mess, but at least it's a fun mess. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, the hands down MVP, total scene-stealing superstar that single-handedly just could save the entire film by himself is Rhys Ifans, who plays Rasputin here in the film. And oh my gosh, he is amazing. He chews that scenery up to wonderful perfection, commanding presence. And we get Rasputin in this amazing, complete centerpiece of the entire film battle that takes place in which he is doing ballet. His fighting style is literal dancing set to an old Russian overture. It's amazing. Honestly, whenever Rasputin was on the screen, it made the film that much better. He was fantastic. And really, I think for the most part, the first and the third acts are a lot of fun, and when it's leaning into being a Kingsman film, it's a blast. Matthew Vaughn is back with his visual flair. Overall, I do think the film is very beautifully directed, as is usually the case with a Vaughn film. It's bright, it's vibrant, it looks pretty and joyful to the eye, and then we get these beautiful sweeping camera movements throughout. Though, we'll touch back on Matthew Vaughn and that direction soon. As for the rest of our cast, outside of Rasputin's scene-stealing moments, I do think Ralph Fiennes is a delight in the role. He's having a lot of fun. He's perfectly distinguished to come up with the Kingsman organization. Harris Dickinson once again showed me that he could be a superstar. He has the range. He has charisma. I thought he was a delight here. Djimon Hounsou, always love seeing him in anything he's in, and there's no exception here. When we do get action, it is a lot of fun. And what can I say? I had fun watching the film. Entertainment value is high, particularly if you are a fan of the other Kingsman films. I think you're going to be a fan of this one as well. Well then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to The Kingsman? Well, the script is by and large the biggest problem. It leads the film in far too many directions. It has a lot of ideas, a lot of different stories to be told in here, and they're all just kind of like Frankenstein monstered together to create this film. Particularly Conrad, Harris Dickinson's character, the son of Ralph Fiennes, Duke of Oxford. His entire subplot was not good and really detracted from the film, in honesty. There's a super simple solution. I'm not going to go into what his subplot is because I don't think they hint at it very well in the trailers, but everything to do with his character is a complete tonal shift. And we start really focusing on him in that second act. And honestly, the second act is well done for what it's doing. It's just a completely different film. It's not a Kingsman film. It's not this film. We just take a detour into a completely other movie, which is a shame because if we were promised that movie and we got a full-length feature of that movie, it would have been good too. But I didn't really want a war movie. I wanted a Kingsman film. But even amongst certain set pieces, it goes from a more serious tone to really, really ridiculous. I mean, some of this humor is just too much. A lot of the dialogue doesn't hit right, and the structuring of the film is also kind of a mess. Plus, I said we'd come back around to him, and Matthew Vaughn, you're not off the hook yet, because a big problem I have with Vaughn as a director is that I think he gets in his own way. He really stylizes his films, and it works for certain things, but I think he can overdo it. It can become overindulgent. And this film definitely has those moments where you're like, okay, pull it back. This is too much. We didn't need this weird shot. We could have just transitioned. The stylization starts to distract from the film as a whole rather than embolden the storytelling, which is what I believe style from the director should do, is enhance the story. Also, we have at least one big cameo in here. Yeah, he wasn't given anything to do. I'll just leave it at that. But overall, The Kingsman is a fun prequel. In honesty, I do wish the story had focused more on the actual creation of the Kingsmen organization. Instead, it's like a prequel to that. And yeah, it's a tonal mess. I mean, we are really swinging back and forth in the story that Vaughn wants to tell, but there's so many fun moments in it. And by the end, I was just having a good enough time that I was willing to go along with the madness. So honestly, if you like the Kingsman films, I think you're going to enjoy The Kingsman. If nothing else, give this a watch just for that Rasputin battle scene. It is absolutely amazing and probably one of my favorite moments in the cinema in 2021. So that was my review for The Kingsman. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see The Kingsman, or have you already checked it out? If you did, let me know your thoughts either in those comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.